Okay, here a little video on creating a PDF file of your embroidery file, and there are many things what can be added and changed. So I made here a little design here today, and now I want to have a PDF file. So then we go to inkstitch and visualize and export, and we go PDF export. Then it takes a few moments for it to load and get all the information, and then we get this screen. We have many options within this screen. We can first go here to the settings, and there we can go and set up our page. We can select what kind of information we want to see in our screen or on our PDF, and we can go here to the branding. So here you will be seeing, as you first open it, the inkstitch logo, and you can just like that you can change the image there to your business logo. All you have to do is go here, choose file, and you will get your Windows Explorer or whatever you're using on your computer, and you can go and load an image. And I'll click on open, and there you can see, there we have, all of a sudden we have a different logo. Also estimated time, so that is the embroidery time. So that is your embroidery machine, roughly how many stitches per minute that will do. And then you can add time to it if you so desire, and also here with seconds needed to for a color change and seconds needed for trimming. So you can make those changes here, and then it will recalculate the estimated time of embroidery. For estimated thread, you can check that here, and then your design, you can go and select a thread palette, and you get all the inkstitch thread colors here. And if you want to switch to a different color, then it will take a few moments, and it will look for the closest color match for that embroidery thread. So that is how you can start this, and then you can go and close out of here. So now we have our PDF. Here on the first page, you may not always see your image completely, but with the roller mouse, with the mouse and the roller wheel, you can, and holding down the control, I can go and zoom in, I can zoom out, and I can drag it to wherever I feel like having it, and I can scale it. Also, here we will be seeing the straight lines as now I'm not zooming into the page. I can also get here the realistic view, and then it takes a few moments and it will give you the realistic view if you so desire. And that's the same on these pages. Here we also have that it says apply to all, but that does not seem to account for the realistic, because if you go to the next page, we do not see the realistic view check marked here. So that is maybe something for the developers to have a look at if we want to have that changed. So if you want to have the realistic view on all your pages, you would have to go scroll through it, and these pages where the order of sewing is in, it will not show the realistic view. So this is then the embroidery thread color. It gives you here the color and the estimated stitches and the estimated time. And so that is basically the main principle. Then we go and save PDF. And then we get a pop-up and we give it a name and then save it to wherever we feel like saving it. Then we can click on the save. Okay, I'll cancel out of here because I got a PDF already. So now that we have the PDF, we can go and close out of here. And now I will go back into inkstitch or into Inkscape, and I'll open up a new file for a moment. And I will go and load my PDF by just dragging the PDF into Inkscape. And then all I do is click on OK. Then it takes a few moments, and now we have our PDF file in Inkscape. Now we can go and, if we so desire, we can go and make some changes here. And if I go here on the bottom, on the left hand bottom, there are two pages, and that is create and edit document pages. I can click on there and it will highlight my page, what I'm selecting. Then I can go right click, I can create a new page, I can delete a page or move the page backwards or move the page forward. And this page, since it is a blank page, I want to have that one deleted, so I click the delete page. Then a lot of the stuff, the information what we see on the pages, it is all in groups. And I'll show that here in the objects panel. There you can see everything is grouped, everything is grouped. So there's a lot of groups where if you want to do changes can become confusing and frustrating, but if you want to make some changes, then this is the way you would go about it. Or at least this is the way I go about it. So this one, I would like this design to show up larger. But I know it is in a group, and if I click on the one item, it is hard to go and select all the parts and pieces what I want to have selected. So then what I do is I select one piece, then I go and look in my object panel which group I have a part selected from. Then I'll go and select that whole group, and now then I want to make sure I have here the lock turned on. Then I go and if I want to resize it, I'll go and resize it. And I do the same thing with here we have all the small objects, the individual objects. If you want to have these resized, as you can see, I clicked on it, then I have a whole box selected. But I want to have just the small item. Then I click on the control key. now I just have the one item selected, and now I can go and resize the item. And I will not go and do all of them because I want to show something else to you yet, what can be done also. So that way you can go through your items and you can change the size on all of them. So holding down the control key, select the item and resize it. We can move it around that it becomes a little more centered. So in some ways we will be pulling things out of proportion, but if you want to resize it, you can also resize over here by a percentage so that you're resizing everything at an equal distance. So then what I want to do is on this page I am selecting here a box, and I like to turn off a fill on there. Then I'm selecting again and I turn fill off again, and I have to find, now I don't have any fill anymore. So I clicked a few times to get rid of all my fills, because if I'm clicking on there now I don't get anything selected. Then what I do is, or what can be done is, I have downloaded a few images of the internet with a fabric pattern on there. And now what I'll do is I'll oversize it here a little bit. Now I will go and bring that down in the order. Now you can see I have my embroidery over top of the fabric. If I want to have a different color of fabric, and we can do that, then what I do is I get my rectangle tool and I create a rectangle. I'm gonna stay within for a moment so it becomes easier to select things. And now I'm gonna go give that a color, and then in my stroke style, as you can see, I was using it before. Normally it would be at 100%. So I bring the opacity down, and that way I can go and change my fabric color. If I don't like this color and I want to have a different color, all I need to do is just like that with one click, and we can give it a different color. If the image is a little on the dark side and you want to brighten it, then what you want to do is find a white color, and you can brighten it up a little. So that way, and you can find all kinds of fabric images on the internet for loading. So now once I'm happy with it, then I can go and select my image, and I can go and probably if I turn snapping on, it'll snap right to the box. But now I can go and make an adjustment on my image that it fits nicely within my box. And the top layer, if I want to adjust that, there you go. And now you have an image with a fabric design in behind. Okay, I hope this is informational for you and helpful. Here, if you want to do it on this page, it is a little more, you just got to make sure that you click and no fill, and click again, no fill, click again, no fill. So keep clicking there until you don't feel anything. And here I'll go and put another one, and I don't want to have that proportionate, so I can drag it. Oh, there I grabbed the wrong object. And here I can have a different fabric behind it. As you can see, this one is a little lighter color. And now I go and bring that down. So now I have that in behind the bird here. I'll create a rectangle over top. And I'll give my rectangle a fill color. And the opacity is set at 36%. So, and as we're zooming in, there you can see we have now the bird with a textured background. And then the image needs a little bit of adjusting yet, so that is just selected, and we can select this box, make that bigger. The other one we can go and size it within the fabric. And change that one a little bit yet. So yeah, the little details, they can be worked out yet. And then once you're happy with this, with these 4 pages, then all what needs to be done is File, Save As, and we go to the PDF, drawing 4 PDF, save, and we say OK. And now I'll show you, I'll drag the drawing 4 PDF in here. And as you can see, there we have our following PDF, what we just created. Okay, I hope this has been helpful for you, and take care and have fun digitizing.